Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
I'm Carol Massar, along with Tim Stanovic. Let's get to those stocks on the move as we speak. And joining us right now is Bloomberg News cross-asset reporter Isabel Lee. We're going to get to Alphabet in a moment, but let's start with ARM.
We can start with ARM. Actually, We're very spoiled with choices today. So ARM shares, they tumbled in late trading. Actually, they're down. Now they're unchanged.
Wow.
So,
Everything's bouncing around a lot.
I want to make sure I get this right. No, my terminal lagged. They're down by 8.3%.
Yeah, there it is.
Yes.
But there was a move higher in the after hours to make them like
could have been an individual trade or something.
A little bit unchanged, yes. But now they're down bad. They tumbled because the company reported sales forecasts that disappointed investors who have grown more skeptical of companies that are really tied to AI. So anything AI now is a little bit scary to some investors. The stock has dropped already more than 4% through Wednesday's close. So again, this negative reaction reflects just the high bar that investors are looking for when it comes to companies in the AI space. It's really just this price for perfection theme. And ARM has carved out a growing share of spending on AI data centers, helping build out traditional strength in smartphone technology. But still, it's the early stages of capitalizing on the AI boom, and investors are just wondering, when will I get the
That's
payout?
what everybody says. Early, more to come.
Until it's late. Oh my gosh.
Which takes us to Alphabet, which has been bouncing around in the aftermarket. We can get to the trade in just a moment. But speaking of the build out and the spend, that number blew away the street estimates.
It definitely blew away the street estimates, and they told investors they're planning to spend far more than investors expected this year. The stock is up by 2.7%. They're actually the best performing Magnificent Seven stock, though it slipped off its peak, but look at that. Alphabet is the best performer.
But it was down, as you keep reminding us.
7.5% earlier.
Yes.
But, it was moving. That was a knee-jerk reaction. Now the call, when we're talking about this, the call is ongoing. So.
Right.
And after hours is always a little
that is true.
You kind of have to wait till the market opens.
But that's quite a
day.
swing. You're talking about down 7% and then up, more than, where are we right now?
It's up 2.5% now, if I'm looking at it correctly.
Yeah, that's right.
You are.
So the company has really quickly improved their Gemini model and integrated it throughout its products. I feel like maybe ChatGPT, or at least among my circle, still remains the king. But people are increasingly liking Gemini.
You're using other stuff, right?
Yeah, so I was not early, but I was using ChatGPT. Then I started using Claude, and I don't pay for any of them.
Oh, yeah. I don't even sign in when I use, because I
Yeah.
don't want them to have my data.
And if you use up, in a day or in a time period, ChatGPT or Claude, then you just go to Google and you can use Google search. But Mandeep was here telling us that you can bundle Gemini in Google One services. So if you pay for other Google services, you can then get Gemini as a standalone app. And that LLM is different from the experience that I get using AI in Google search.
I didn't know that. That's something I should try.
So when Google gives that number about how many people are using Gemini, fourth quarter Gemini app monthly active users, 750 million versus 650 million quarter over quarter. That's the standalone Gemini app.
Oh, wow.
So that's a lot of people.
A big win also is that they will be the provider of AI for Siri on Apple's iPhone. So, imagine, your default will be that.
Well, that's what Mandeep talked about. Apple is so relying on Alphabet, Google specifically, for their AI play, which is pretty wild. But that means you have a massive customer, right, who can tap into what you are doing.
An automatic one, yeah.
Yeah, big one.
20 million autonomous trips in December for Waymo. That one's for Carol.
I love me some Waymo. Bring it on.
I've never been on one.
Oh, my God. You don't know what you're missing.
I'd be freaked out.
Do you
you're
like going to the spa?
Yes.
Okay, you're going to love a Waymo. Because especially if you go for a good 20-minute or 25-minute trip, which I have done. I actually close my eyes.
Because they have to go all around because they can't drive in all the areas.
I was going to the airport. But I actually closed my eyes. It was so relaxing.
Okay. I do feel bad because sometimes, you're just not having it that day, but then you feel bad, especially if the car service driver, whether it's a Lyft or Uber, is trying to be nice to you. And I'm like, sir, it's not you. It's me. But really, I just had a bad day.
You have to break up with a driver.
Yeah, I know.
Please
so
don't talk to me.
I see that appeal.
Let's go to Qualcomm, also after the close.
This one is down bad also, down by 7.5%. Earlier when I checked, it was down 9%. So Qualcomm is the largest maker of smartphone smartphone processors, and they gave lackluster revenue forecasts. So again, this raised concern that component shortages will hurt consumer demand by driving prices up. I feel like we always talk about this, Carol. There is a lot of demand, and what will happen to that? So shares are dropping. And they said that while there's demand for high-end phones, some of its customers, especially those in China, will be making fewer handsets than expected because, again, they can't get enough memory chips, and the prices of those components are heading up, up, up.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.